I swapped my Golf R for a Touareg R for 4 days over Christmas, and you join me on the final and 4th day before the car goes back to Volkswagen. This is a Volkswagen UK press car. I'm going to tell you everything about the car on this point of view. And yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what it's like getting back into my Golf R actually, because obviously this is a completely different level of R. This is essentially the ultimate R, this car. So as we start her up, I'll give you a little bit of an overview of this car. 462 PS, 460 brake horsepower essentially. It's a plug-in hybrid. It's got an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic gearbox. It's 4Motion. It's got air suspension. This particular car has Dyne audio. It has an amazing panoramic roof which will open up here. Hopefully you can just see a little bit of it there, which looks great. The sound system, the Dyne audio is one of the best I've ever experienced in a car. You get essentially like a Mark 8.5 Golf R steering wheel, but you get physical buttons instead of the haptic buttons. You get automatic tailgates. You get massage seats from the infotainment, which are just incredible. Heated seats, cooled seats, off-road mode with the air suspension, sport mode, normal mode, comfort, eco, everything. It's got the lot. The navigation system's been really, really good. It's kind of like the previous generation, I believe, of compared to, say, sort of like the Golf R. They have the different kind of touch screen. But this has worked really, really well. And I've had people commenting saying how well integrated it is into the dash. I've had other people say to me, if it didn't have a VW badge on it, they'd think it was an Audi. This particular car, it's based on so much from the Volkswagen platform, essentially. They'll use this in actually Bentley Bentegas. This is the platform for that. Lamborghini Urus, Porsche Cayenne, Audi SQ7. It's all the same sort of platform, but this with a VW badge. So this is basically everything they've got. I love the quality of it. I've absolutely loved the car. So if that's all you wanted to hear, that's what you get. I've got the air suspension on its highest. It's got some super cool lights at night, which works so well. The car is quite large, but it's loads of space. It's got leather seats. I think it's amazing. I think it's so good. And I hope from what I've shown you so far, you may well agree. But shall we set on our way? So what I will do is I will stick it, well, let's just have it on a normal sort of menu so you can get a little nice idea. We've got the clock and you've got some sort of reports there. But yeah, it's obviously a very different R to what R is kind of about. But this is the ultimate R. And I love how they use this like throughout the range. But I think we should just get on the move, really. I've actually got it in its off-road setting. So it's basically the air suspension's in its highest. And I have been using that basically around sort of like the UK, which we live. You can see it's potholes, it's bumpy, there's speed bumps. It's really quite challenging. So actually to have this in its highest setting, as the seatbelt sort of tugs me in back, has been really comforting actually. Really useful. And as you can hear, well, you can't hear, the engine has not gone into life, because being a plug-in hybrid, 28-mile range as well, it's actually can drive in an electric mode. And I found that to be really useful, really useful, because first of all, you can set off quite quietly from your neighbours. Second of all, it's obviously much better for fuel economy because you're not using any fuel. I've done 132 miles in this car so far over the 4 days. A variety of different driving, plenty of time, plenty of seat time, I should say. But let's just knock it back into normal mode. Oh, I was in normal mode. I thought I was in off-road mode. That kind of says it all. The car basically works in any mode, if that makes sense. It's so large, you could kind of drive over everything. They're just be honest. And there's nothing that really can stand in a Touareg's way. Does it perform like an R? Well, I have to say on that front, with the 8-speed Tiptronic, it doesn't, the gearbox isn't quite R level. Let me just say it that way. It's very good for daily driving and for comfort and all of those kind of things. We're a couple of days from Christmas actually, so it's quite nice. We've got some deer around, so some reindeer basically in this lovely area. And yeah, when you put it into sport mode, it does firm the suspension up, the DCC or the air suspension. Oh, lovely lake there. And you can kind of, you know, it does, the difference between comfort and firm is actually quite significant. You still, even in its firmest, lowest setting, you've not got any issues of scraping the car or anything like that. And it is still a big, heavy SUV. The seats are super comfortable, still supportive, but you know, you can roll a little bit because it's a larger car. Is it worthy of that R badge? I would say yes. I would love this as like the ultimate R. Can you imagine this at the front of a convoy? And it shifts. Says 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds. Off the mark, this car absolutely flies. No problems in getting up to speed. The only thing I would say is sometimes like the kick down on the speed of the gearbox can sometimes be a bit like, what's it gonna do? That's all I'd kind of say. Size-wise, surprisingly, for its size, it's a big car. I mean, we've got a Suzuki Jimny there. Considering it is a large vehicle, like if you've watched my previous point of view video, I was in an Audi SQ5, and that's big. But this is sort of like another level. This is very much like the do everything. Absolutely everything. We've got some reindeer on the left, I hope you can see that. And on the right as well. This is such a lovely area in the UK. Yeah, I'm in Woburn, just around Milton Keynes area. A nice protected area. And that's the great thing. We're sort of cruising past these deer in electric because it's a plug-in hybrid. And I found that aspect really, really good. Really, really good. We got the engine just kicked in there as it's sort of charging the battery to give you a couple of miles, basically. That's what all it will get you up to. You really have to plug it in if you want to get it up to that sort of 30-mile range. But that kind of means you never really need the engine. I think that's enough range to get yourself around. Whereas the SQ5 I tried last week was a mild hybrid. That really gave you like 30 seconds of electric range. And that was it. I want to be as super careful as possible around these deer. And they look absolutely stunning. I have no idea how well it's going to come up for you in camera, but they seem to be enjoying. They're loving the bright blue, lapis blue. Wow, look at that stag, absolutely amazing. They're loving the bright lapis blue pan roof, every kind of option on this particular car. I specified this one, and it came up to about £85,000. With Volkswagen, though, you could probably get yourself a discount, and I love how you'll really never see another one of these on the road, and they don't ever feel like they shout about themselves. Appreciate this is in blue, and it's a larger car, but it's just like it's happy to be itself, and that is Volkswagen R's kind of motto: be who you are. I quite like that, certainly from a humanistic point of view as well. It's quite nice. It's not sort of trying, you know, and the obviously the other cars that this is based on, like the Bentayga, this sort of sets the line up. And like the Lamborghini Urus and the Porsche Cayenne, the Audi SQ7, all of those. We'll knock it into off-road mode because I want to raise the suspension a little bit for you guys, just to show that. You can genuinely see it sort of raise up. It's quite incredible. This is just sort of like, it's just doing its thing. And I felt really special and really relaxed in it. You know, the massage seats and all of that help, but it felt like such a high quality car. It's in that premium level. There is nothing to me that's not premium about this, and it's got 22-inch wheels, Estra wheels, the biggest R wheels you could ever imagine. It's proper R big brother, and I've never had sort of like any sort of fears of like buckling or even curbing. Surprisingly, it's got quite large side wheels, and because it's quite a large tyre, it's a 285 section. I've never really felt sort of like in danger of sort of damaging the wheels. Obviously you've got to be careful, it's a big car and it's a heavy car, but that's given me quite a lot of confidence. The brakes are huge and very, very nice to use, actually. Really, really nice to use. Everything about this car is sort of like, it's almost like Volkswagen's like, basically just give it everything. Obviously in its highest suspension setting, feels like it's very wafty, it feels like it's going to roll all over the place. But generally, once you put it back into sport, it's not so bad. it's not so bad at all. And you can have quite a bit of fun in this car, which is great. I've more enjoyed the sort of wafting around kind of element of it, as we'll knock it back into normal mode, which has probably been my kind of favourite road. Normal and comfort are kind of my ones that are up there. And I've generally just driven this car in the dry. I haven't really, this is probably the wettest I've been in the car. It feels really capable. And just so smooth and glidey. It's not really what I expected from an R at all. And yeah, I've got on with everything. There hasn't been any faults, there hasn't been really any problems, there hasn't been any rattles. It's a 5,500 mile, you know, Volkswagen press car, you know, it would have been all over the place. And this has just been like really, really great. Really enjoyable. And I hope it kind of comes up for you in the point of view as well. And you know, this isn't a car I've just picked up for 30 seconds and I'm doing a review. You know, I've done 135 miles in the car, I've spent 4 days of it, I've really poked around with it. I've loved all sort of like the convenience stuff with it as well. Really well thought out. That's the best word. And I believe it has rear wheel steering as well. I'm like 99% sure on that. It has some insane turning circle, and it's actually amazingly really easy to park because of all like the sensors and the parking sensors and everything. And it just encourages you to sort of drive it in a nice way. And actually, it's been testing my kind of driving ability too. And we'll knock it into sport mode because we've got national speed limit sign. Because it's a bigger car, you have to drive it in a different way to a traditional R. Traditional R for me is always Golf R. You just have to be more like, I don't know really how to describe it, aware of its size, aware of its weight, aware of the positioning on the road, less adjustments, just sort of like smoothly does it. And I've really, really enjoyed that aspect of it. I'm a great person who I just love to learn about cars and understand how they work and how they feel and how they drive. And don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to getting back into my Golf R. And as I was driving my Golf R to pick up this, it's a manual, it's a 3-door. I was having so much fun around Milton Keynes. If you're not familiar, it's basically like the land of roundabouts, but at 70 mile an hour sort of in between them, or 60 miles an hour. And I had so much fun, so much fun. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into that car. And what I'll do is I'll share a point of view with you a little bit when I'm back in that, because that for me is probably obviously what I would consider main R. But if we put a foot down in this, it doesn't half shift along, and this is in sport mode. It's worthy of the R. It's just a different type of R. It feels brilliant. And I'm not gonna lie, if I had all the money in the world, this would be one of the cars on the top of my list. And arguably, I prefer this because I'm very fortunate. My friend has had a Lamborghini Urus. He's had 2 of them. He had an Urus and an Urus Performante, and I spent a bit of time in that. And I'll be honest, I didn't like it. Didn't like it as a passenger. It was too firm. The seats weren't very comfortable. They really sort of messed up my back quite a bit. This is more up my street. It really, really is. And is it the ultimate R? I think so. I think it is the ultimate R. And it's VW R putting everything in. And they don't even care how many they sell of these. This is just for like, almost like they're testing, their experiments. Let's just give it everything. Let's just not think about anything else. Let's just give it everything we got. And be who you are. I love that line of R. And that's why I love the R's. Yeah, and it was a bit of a left field choice for me to kind of say, let's have this car for 4 days over Christmas. It's so quiet, it's so refined. It gives me confidence that I could drive it anywhere without it breaking. And I was sort of, that was the one thing I was like, with all this technology, I wonder how much they all cost if things go wrong. Yes, there is a lot of stuff. That's what it is. It's kind of like the Mercedes S-Class of Volkswagen in my mind. Running cost-wise, I had a little check, actually, just for an oil and filter and pollen service at a Volkswagen dealer, £500. I thought that was quite good for such a huge car. You know, that's not bad at all. It's really not that bad. And then a major service, I could only imagine would be a few £100 more than that. So you're not talking like crazy amounts in running costs. The 285 section tyre is going to cost you a little bit more, definitely going to cost you a bit more. I've got the heated seats keeping me nice, keeping me very happy in this. There's so much I can say about this car, and I feel that there's never going to be enough time in a review to kind of give you that impression of it. But if you've got a Touareg or a Touareg R and you're thinking about getting one, do it. They also offer them in sort of like diesel variants as well, which obviously will give you much better range and the torque. But this is the R. So let's give it some R sort of magic. When you're like up to 60 miles an hour, you certainly then notice its weight. We're in sport mode at the moment on some fast flowing roads. And really you wouldn't want to be going any faster than this anyway, particularly around the corners. It's the daddy. It's the daddy of the R age. And it's cool that this car's still around. And I really enjoyed the 4 days of it. I really have. It's been one of the most enjoyable cars I've actually spent time with, because I've just sort of sat with it. Rather than sort of like forcing it, I've just let the car look after me, whether it's with its automatic braking and, you know, lane assists and, you know, the suspension modes. Obviously you've got so many modes to play around with. It's kept me safe. It's like your own bodyguard. I would recommend you need a large driveway and large parking spaces. I'm fortunate I have a large off-road parking space, which in front of my house, or to the side of my house, and this car fits in nicely. Yeah, it's been enjoyable, but I'm about to get back into my Golf R, and is that going to give me a different impression of, is this really worthy of an R? Let me just briefly take you around for the back. This has been one of the nicest cars to sit back here, and you actually get heated seats at the back as well to sort of play around with. It's huge. You get your own blind as well. It's very tinted. The pan roof is insane. I've got it shut at the moment. Yeah, it's really special. Really nice seats, super cool. And you've got these cool like aluminium seals, which I like. I think it's just underrated. They should use those. And you can see how my bag fits nice and easy, sort of in the side. Doors feel really good quality, really high quality, which is super nice. And then you come around to the front, you obviously got the Dyne audio system here too. Good sounds. Lapis blue, looking great. You got the R badge there. You've got boot release. You've got the wheel, you've got that gorgeous sort of like gear lever there, the infotainment as well. Oh, it's a lovely place. And the R badge, this is the ultimate R. But if we open that boot, you will see it opens up at the back quite nicely. Got the 22-inch wheels, plug-in hybrid to kind of play around with. Plenty of space. You can actually lower the suspension to kind of get into the back too, which is nice. But yeah, you can then shut her down, and one of the cool features, if I press the unlock, is the red light that can kind of like basically the red bar, which I'll sort of splice in a picture for that e-hybrid as well. But check out the size of these wheels. 22-inch R wheels. Have you ever seen wheels bigger than that before? Pretty sensational, and a great little view to actually be sort of parked up here with the car. Heads up display, I forgot to mention about that, and the roof. It's a very imposing car, to say the least. A very cool car to sort of spend time with. But I'm gonna hop back in to my Golf R now. Time with the Touareg R is coming to an end, and I've really enjoyed my time with it. Yeah, what a cool car. Lapis blue at its best, and the ultimate R. Can it match a Golf R in terms of that? Is it in its soul? Let's find out, and join me for the final little point of view, my Golf R. But yeah, overall I've loved this Touareg R. I think it's brilliant. If you've got one, kudos to you, because there's hardly any about, and yeah, really just a special car. And if you've got any questions about it, comment below. But you're going to join me as I'm swapping back in to my Golf R now. The swap back is complete. I'm back in my MK7 Golf R, and you can probably hear from my voice, I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, I love the time with the Touareg, which is just over there. I'm at VW's handover centre in Milton Keynes, so the swap back. Big thank you to Volkswagen for this whole year, actually. VW and Audi, to have the opportunities with those cars. I never know if I'll ever be back here again. I'll be honest with you. I just don't know. I don't know. I hope to. I love to share, and hopefully opportunities coming forward in 2026. And I wish you all an amazing Christmas, an amazing new year into 2026. But yes, my first impression sort of back in the Golf R, what I really consider as kind of like the true R in some ways. I mean, it's the whole reason why I've shared the channel has been because of this car. Mine being a 3-door manual, 296 horsepower, but must weigh about a ton less than that car. This is the lightest variant of an R, being 3-door manual. Lighter, no pan roof or anything like that. This is an 18-inch wheels with no dynamic chassis control. Very, very simple. Obviously manual box. We're in Milton Keynes, land of the roundabouts, land of the national speed limits, and these are my first moments back in. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, it feels so good. Like I said, that Touareg R, yes, I can 110% recommend it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it as that ultimate R. It really is an ultimate R. But this is definitely more even more so Golf R, and even more so me. Although I do look at it in limestone grey, and I do think after seeing that lapis blue, I'm like, yeah, lapis blue, that's a proper Golf R colour. Wow, it's amazing how the steering's so much heavier and direct. My straightaway impressions. I know the car's not warm. Well, it's getting warm, to be fair. Yes, my 8-year-old Golf R. And this year has come to an end now for sharing content. And I hope you really enjoyed it all. And yeah, to have opportunities in a car like that, an £85,000 Touareg R, the ultimate R, yeah, I can just be forever grateful, and yeah, it's quite interesting being back in this. When I first got this car, I traded it in for a Fiesta ST, and the MK7 being a very light car, a Fiesta ST, and this felt quite heavy. Well, I can tell you for free, this feels pretty light now. And I tell you what, it feels substantially quicker in the acceleration. And obviously the gearbox being a manual. I'm home guys. And I really hope you've enjoyed the channel this year. I have no idea what will happen next. I look forward to hopefully opportunities. I'm looking forward to the GTI 50. If potentially if there is a new Golf R, that would be cool. But we shall see. We'll see what happens going forwards. And let me know any thoughts that you have on the Touareg R and how you feel about it being an R. I love them all. I'm a big lover of all kind of cars. And but this is my R. Maybe it could use some brightening up. I've been thinking about a Mark 7.5 in lapis blue, even if it's just a 3-door manual, particularly after seeing that the full lapis blue in that Touareg is just incredible. Oh, what a car, what a car. But I can't hide the fact that I love these Golf Rs and I love my hot hatches. Yeah, that's all I can say. I'm a big fan of these ones. I would love to take that Touareg longer than 4 days, I'll be honest with you. I did 150 miles, and in that time I can really recommend it, but ultimately not many people buy that car, and not many people, well, get the opportunity to even spend time with it. So I hope regardless you found it useful. Let's skip out. I've always loved how with the manual you can pull out really quickly. because you can, it's just the way you can kind of hold the clutch. Yeah, and my sneaky tactic of going right the way around has worked. Yeah. Oh, remember, and it burbles. And bear in mind that was a 3-litre V6, but this is a pre-OPF 2-litre 4-cylinder, and I've swapped it back. This is my car. This is no press car. This isn't my 8-year-old 60,000 mile Golf R, which I like. Flipping heck, it's amazing how much you can throw it around. You have to experience other cars to really get an impression of how good your car is. And maybe I'll take it for granted how good it is. Man, it's good. Through the gears, just having fun. It's a stunning car. It doesn't even feel that much firmer. Maybe it's just because I'm so used to it. Maybe. Ah, she's a beauty. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, how you found this year. Leave me a long comment. I'm really curious to kind of read it through. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a bit of a restful time, actually. And my advice to people, and whatever time you're watching this, whether you're watching this around Christmas, you know, I'm filming this on the 22nd of December, 2025. Maybe take a bit of a time away from sort of like social media and bits. My plan is, after I post this car and the video, is to probably delete the Instagram app and digest myself a little bit of a way. I'll always be checking YouTube and bits because I enjoy watching that. It just sort of, it's my nice like chill out time away from some of the stresses. And let me know what you think about the Touareg R to the Golf R. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to share, and I hope it's been a pleasure to watch.